Hi guys, and today we'll be learning how to use buttons in Unity. So let's get started. At first, we want to learn how to make a button, how to enable it. So first, right click in the hierarchy, go to UI, go to Legacy, and press Button. This automatically creates a canvas and event system. We'll look into these later. I'll just rename it to button. And if you see, we've got something called text legacy. Basically, we can change the text in here. So I can say hi or like hello, anything you desire. I'll just put in game because I want this button to make it possible for to go in game. Next, you can click on the button, press W, and then you can move it around in the 2D space. This also works in 3D space. You can just press 2 to change it from 3D to 2D view. Okay, next, we've got some stuff in the button. We can change our source image. So if you have an image for your button, then you can change it right over here. Color of the button, I could change it to black. I could change it to like this. I'll just keep it for plain white for now. We've got image type. Basically, you can change these. So simple is just simple. Slice means it's gonna like be split. Tiled is something else. Filled is what most people use often. Basically, if you have radial, horizontal is like changing this, and then we've got vertical, radial, 180, 360, all of these. For now, I'm just gonna keep it for simple. And next, okay, also, yeah, keep it as slice. That's the default. And you can also work around with these. These change what, like if you hover over it or stuff like that. I don't want to mess around with these, so I'm just going to keep it like this. Here we got the font style, like bold and everything. Font size, you can increase it. Line spacing, the space between each line. And we got these paragraph alignments, so you can align it left, right, centered. I just kept it centered for now. These are overflows. If it goes over the box, it wouldn't show, so you can change around these. And we've got color. You can change the color of it. Like I can change it to red, I can change it to black. For now I'm just gonna change the size and make it to overflow. Basically does that, and I can just move it down here. And I wanna rename everything to open game. And we'll go over here. You can also press T to resize it as well, but I don't recommend that because it doesn't work if you put overflow. So I've done this much, but if I go and run the game, it it would not work. Like if I press the button, it wouldn't do what I want it to do. And to do that, we need to make a script. So we can go to create, scripting, motor behavior, and call it in game or anything else you want to call it. Okay? Next, you can go double click into it. Okay? We can double click on the in game. And then we've got Visual Studio. So to first do it, we've got to make something called a function. So to make a function, do public and then void. This makes a public void, meaning public function, meaning you can use it in other scripts or in in this button that we are trying to do. So I'm just gonna call it in game name, but I want to put an underscore because it relates to our own script's name. Next, you want to do this. Basically, this puts whatever we put inside of this, um, basically does it. Does whatever we want. So next you want to do, because I want this to change our scene. So if we can do using Unity engine, the scene management. This gives us all the public stuff, public variables and functions that are able to access scene managements, scene accessibles. Next, you can write down this piece of code. Wait, there. This piece of code. Basically, this loads the scene and it gets the active scene and build index, meaning the integer of it, and adds one to it. Basically, if you have levels, if you can keep doing this over and over instead of doing like a public variable and all those stuff. Then you want to press Control S and come back into a car game. Next, we can go into File, Build Profiles. Okay, if your thing is below this your game scene, it's not gonna work because the build index is gonna be higher than the old one. So you can move the game below the intro, and if it's not there, then press open, add open scenes. It'll apply automatically. And next, you can go into the button. There's something called the on click section. We can drag in the in-game here. The on click is basically um doing a function whenever it's clicked. And to do that, we can drag in the button because it contains the in-game script. And we can go into the in-game. These are other functions to change its game object, rect, transform, canvas, image, all those stuff. But we're looking for the in-game because that's our script. And then you can go and press the in-game function that we made. Next, let's talk about these. Runtime only is when the button will only work when it's running, when the game is playing. Editor and runtime mean like when the editor is open and it's running. Off means it's never gonna work. I'm just gonna keep it to runtime only. And now let's test this out. You can double click into it and press the play button up here. Okay, and now we can go and press the button and boom, we got it. And the link to the game is in the description below. And that's all for today. Thank you for listening and don't forget to like and subscribe.